My eyes messed up. Shit. Again, God bless. I pray, Father, that you continuously provide for those that have, that you guide my brothers and my sisters and have them take to the things that they need to so they can be, Lord. Love you for the worlds that are with us and how we have and how life gives and how life provides for us to receive. That you take to your wife and take to your becomings and how you have to give. Father God. I just got out of work. Came to the sauna right quick. Get that little goodness in. I was, speaking of work, it's where it's at when it comes to when Paul was talking about this Corinthians, I believe. Or I don't know where's that. And then I'm just going to wing it. It's funny, before I get off topic, that's pretty much what it is as far as when it comes to a lot of stuff, to be honest. So we'll just take it to where it is on the fact that it's of us to always be of us, to consist of. So, that's how it is. For us to always have. That's why I said the prayer. For those who have, for us, to receive from. We all have the desire to want, so it's for us to give to those who have. I was talking about when Paul was talking about the fact that he had when he says in the Bible, I have a thorn in my side, and how I wish that my Father would remove it. How I wish that he would take from it and just allow me to go through this day in the way that it is, in the way that it has, all the sorcery, all the witchcraft, all the witches, all, demonic possessed individuals and the evil entities that surround us and that, are amongst us and whatnot, and how it was back then. He was talking about the devil. He was talking about, Satan, how he was with them. It's just like the same thing when in the book of Job, but a little different. There's a lot more when it came to that he was with, when he says that he left him with the thorn in his side. It's more detailed because on how Satan is where he's at in life and how he doesn't keep or take to the things that he's capable to at one time. Just like, and it goes back to when the Lord flooded the earth and he took away from on how the land had giants. They call them what they call them. I'm not going to address it like that. I don't care to. They're disgrace, so let's address it like that. And he flooded it. The reason why Noah built the ark, for things that, what goes around comes around. You have to understand that my Lord, my Father is real, favors that, like, for real. Because you got to understand, every action has a reaction. And that's what it was. That's what it pertained to. So it had them be about, you're not going to cause all this in this world and not receive from what you did. So he had Satan be with Paul, and Paul was, taken to it in the way that them days consisted of when it came to the fact that, the people were more of a becoming when it came to how man had to give to women. It was a whole bunch of I take to thee and provide for a night, and how the pronunciation was back then in them days, and the these and thous, and how everything had when it came to the fact that it had, there was no, what it is, broken down everything from Spanish to however you want to call it when it comes to the fact that how people take to the slang of their language. But it was proper. It was what it was. It's through them times and moments it gave in a way that it did and then provided for life to be. Because it still holds to this day. That's why, the church, that's how the church gives. It provides for structure. It provides for the becoming. You're able to go and do what you need to when the time comes, moment comes where you're faced with a challenge, a trial, a tribulation, and you're able to take that to the church, and that's what the church always done. It upholds, it beholds, it provides for it. It behooves you to go take to on how our Father has for us, and go to the church and ask of, get on your knees and ask of, however, whatever. But the church is the church is intimate as well, it has its, surroundings. Chapter 12, Hebrews, for we are surrounded by a beautiful cloud of witnesses. It gives in the way that it gives when it comes on your Bible and how it reads. Mine says that. And what he was talking about was the fact that, Satan was there saying a lot of things that don't allow a person to take to mind what they need to, and having them trying to have him not address the things that he needed to when it came to, the devil. The devil will sit there and run his mouth and talk shit and be a hoe, and that's basically what it is. You have to understand that this world is given to this dude way more than it should, because on how it is it's worded. He runs around like a roaring lion and steals, kills, and all this other shit, which a whole bitch would, faggot ass motherfucker would, and that's just how people do when you just run your mouth. They call him the accuser. You know what an accuser is? If a grown ass man come to me and tell me, you did this, you did that, and do it like a hoe, I'm gonna slap you. That's every man. There's nothing that consists of when it comes to the fact that that's not holy. How are you speaking on God and you're talking about slapping a fool? If you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong. But this dude and his ways and his methods consist of no, like a bitch. If I were to sit here and do it, it's a lot, and it consists of, but it also consists of a lot of things that shouldn't be. Putting in one's mind fornication, and taking to a child, taking to a woman, taking to a man, all that whole nasty shit. And that's what it was when it came to speaking when Paul was speaking of on how I wish that this wouldn't be, but it is, and the reasons were. It's just that he wasn't able to give to it in the way that it is because of how he was taken to life and the way that life had, before him. Meaning that, again, times are different. We're surrounded by homosexuality, and it's welcome. We're surrounded by fornication, murder, and we're talking, it's cool to be a gangbanger. It's cool to be in the KKK. It's cool to be in motherfucking drug cartel gangs. It's cool to do this. It's cool to do that. It's cool to be that person. That shit ain't cool. Them motherfuckers kill people. That's not what it is. But society has provided for this, for its own, world to be of a persona that has that the bad guy wins, or, so we don't see what they saw, or we don't give to the reason that God has for us, because for a lot of reasons, people, how do you say it? They're sissified. They don't want to address situations or give or take to the things they need to provide for a moment in time, and it allows things to surface, after the fact as well, during the time. The law gets in its ways, and the fact that people don't speak up or say, it comes back to have things, be of a consistency of what shouldn't be. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. But that one verse was it's real. It's real reason why people are not able to sit and take to things that they should when it comes to addressing demonic spirits or evil entities, as we call it, because they tend to think that the fact that within their it's like when you say a prayer. If you ever said a prayer and you're praying and all of out of nowhere the shit comes from, like, damn, I didn't say that shit. I didn't know we're even close to saying that wasn't me. It's because it wasn't you. It's the fact that you're surrounded by a demon. You're surrounded by an individual that doesn't give, that doesn't, keep to the fact that you're getting to where you need to get in life to remove him from a place of being. You have to understand that we are the ones that are where we're at in life and how we give. These dudes are like this smaller, they little individuals that have, again, for you to read the Bible and study and take to the things you need to, because if you don't, a motherfucker would just be looked at like if I was crazy. But mind you, I tell you, it's where it is for everybody to give and keep and provide forces, But then again, it's like this, man. People still think or believe Jesus exists, kind of shit. The beautiful angel came over here and took to synagogues and all this other stuff at 12 years old. Sat there and gave to leprosy, gave to polio, everything that it has as far as when it comes to, you know, sickness. And people still don't believe. All the way to this day, this man's name says, is what this angel's name says and gives, and nobody believes. Gods are amongst us, around us. Noah, Moses, every disciple, everything, and people still question. You want proof? Alright. Cool. There's proof. So, but to get to it real quick so you can understand those who take to what it is that they take to. You know, people who pray for the spirit, theologians, you know, whatever, rabbis, priests, fathers, popes, however, whatever, whoever, you know, it's for me to put out there and place and give and keep and take to the things I need to and watch it come around to be so life can have itself, you know, give to it in the way that it does. But what I'm talking about to give to on how, what Paul was saying was when Jesus went to the island and he was talking to that one dude, and he got to the island and Jesus said, and then before Jesus even got a chance to speak, he said, we know who you are, we know who you are, and we know what it is, and before you do what you do, because you know how it is that you held to them times and moments that I took to the things I did to remove myself from grace, my father, my brothers, my loved ones, and family. I ask of you that you send me into that herd of swines. So Jesus took to what he took to, and what did he do? Send him to the herd of swines. But what happened with the herd of swines? They went over there to the sea and burned or something like that. World's beautiful. Our Father's a giver. He's going to take to what he needs to when it comes to people who try to remove from life what life has. You know? You have to understand that for real, because if you don't, you won't get, or you won't be able to be at the blessing to take to the things that we have before us to give to. They say that I hear Christians, Catholics, everybody, I trample on the head of serpents. Okay? Demons are condemned in the flesh. They're not of spirit. To be a spirit means that you take to the wind, you take to fire. Jesus, the reason why Jesus was in the furnace with Daniel, why they call him the Prince of the Wind, you know, why they take to him in the way they do when it comes to providing for such, because he does, and he has, and he keeps, and he holds. You know, that beautiful giving of life and how it is to take to. You need to study the word and give to it and take to the things you take literally. I mean, take away from what you really should. But that's where that is as far as when it comes to that. You know, that has that and that gets to that and that provides for that, because it's for us to keep to what we need to keep to take to the things we need to provide for a moment in time that has us be aware and have us be focused to life and have life be of abundance. The reason why I said that is so you can give to what it is that I'm saying and watch how everything comes together with everything that I say. Watch every video, watch everything that I place and put together and keep to motherfuck the likes. Motherfuck anything else I'm giving to my Father. What comes with, comes with. Hey, let me give. That's just how I do. I got churches to build and things to do, so I'm going to keep to what I need to do and give to what I need to give to. And have blessings before blessings that have me keep to what it is I need to keep to. And that just has J-A-A-C, J. And that's just what I got till I love you, son. Love you, Zoe. Love you, Maya. Love you, Mia. So, it's for you to really read the word and take to what you need to, because, you know, it's time to give. It's time to keep. It's time to provide for one another, to be at the blessing to receive and have. Paul's bad. I've been shipwrecked about 20 times. He goes off. He's talking shit. You need to read the word the way it is that the word is placed for you to capture what it is that you need to capture. Read the Bible one time as a book and go back and read it. So, because when you read the Bible as a book, you're like, wow, damn, no shit, you did all that. That's what it is. And it captures you, and it puts in you that warrior that you got within, and it gives to the view that you need to provide for that princess, that goddess that you got, that you have when it comes to taking to the things that the Bible says, and you place it in front of you and you receive from it. That's how you read the word. The Quran goes with the Bible. Torah goes with the Bible. Everything goes with the Bible. They all come together. They all give. It's just people want to stay and stick to tradition, which is beautiful. I don't knock that. Now, in the honorable name of Muhammad, I pray that your glory be of one that consists of. In the honorable name of Paul, I pray you faith, hope, and love. The strongest of these is love, and here we are, given to love. May you, in the mighty name of Jesus, in the mighty name of Michael. So it's just a little bit of a whole bunch of a lot of things that come together. What Paul was talking about when he said that he had something stuck in his leg is what I have a thorn in my leg that I wish that my father would remove. Was a bitch ass devil running his mouth, saying the things that he says is what does, and trying to take away from one. How Paul had to give to, with my father knowing that the only thing Paul needed to do was take the mind what he needed to take the mind and give to what he needed to give to, so the devil could be. We're of spirit. What does it say? It says that, and this is not the fact that, you know, it takes away from the fact that we are of body, you know. Yeah, we have flesh on us, but we're of the spirit. The flesh is weak, the spirit is willing. That means that the spirit gives to the flesh. Spirit gives to walk. Same thing as when it comes to faith and deeds. Without deeds, faith is dead. Everybody has a body, everybody takes form. Understand that, give to that, keep to that, and everything will be. Listen with your heart and give to I am. God bless.